How do JavaScript if-else statements build state machines? Imagine you're controlling a robot that can be in different modes like idle, moving, or stopping. How do you tell it what to do in each mode? That's where if and else statements come into play. They help us manage different situations by checking conditions and making decisions. When you use these statements to check the current mode or state, you can decide what the robot should do next. This is the core idea behind building a state machine with JavaScript. A state machine is a way to organize a program so it knows what state it is in at any moment. Think of it like a traffic light. It can be green, yellow, or red, and it switches between these states based on timers or sensors. In JavaScript, you can store the current state in a variable. Then, using if and else statements, you check that variable to decide what action to take. For example, if the state is idle and an event occurs, like pressing a start button, you change the state to moving. Let's say you're making a simple online order process. The states could be pending, processing, shipped, and delivered. You start with the order in the pending state. When the customer clicks process order, you check if the current state is pending and then change it to processing. If the order is processing and the package is shipped, you switch the state to shipped. When the delivery is confirmed, the state becomes delivered. You write this logic with if and else statements like this. If order status is equal to pending, and event is equal to process order. Order status is equal to processing. Else if order status is equal to processing, and event is equal to ship order. Order status is equal to shipped. Else if order status is equal to shipped, and event is equal to deliver order. Order status is equal to delivered. Else console log invalid transition or event. This code checks the current state and the event happening now. It then updates the state variable to the next one. This way, the program always knows where it is and what to do next. It's like a flowchart that makes decisions based on conditions. But as you add more states and transitions, using many if and else statements can get tricky. The code can become long and hard to follow. That's why for bigger projects, developers often use switch statements or special libraries designed for state management. Still, understanding how if and else statements from the foundation helps you see how control flow works in JavaScript. So in simple terms, JavaScript if and else statements build state machines by holding the current state in a variable, checking that state with conditions, and then changing it based on events. They help your program react correctly depending on what's happening now. This approach is a great starting point for managing different modes or states in your web applications. It's straightforward, clear, and a perfect way to learn how control flow guides program behavior.